Hello everyone, George here, and today it's time again for another qualifying session here on our channel. For this one, we are gonna have the qualifying round of the Red Bull Team Series event. I've been waiting a long time for this specific event. Let's open this tab instead. I'm using Max Verstappen at level 4, which we unlocked, or whom we unlocked on Monday. Amazing rewards. I'm using Perez as well at level 4. Max is just amazing. Perez still lacks, let's say, the qualifying flame, and in race he's good, but definitely he's not the best. I was eager on using Gasly or Hamilton instead of him, but unfortunately Perez is all we have at the moment, and I do have to use him. So I already played my first 2 races, 60 points. First race I believe we got 26. Race 2 around Baku we got 34. Great results. So let's carry on. Hopefully we can score around, let's say, 120. That would be ideal for me, especially that I don't have the levels. Like, it doesn't matter if it's drivers or setup, I don't have the levels to compete on the highest level, let's say. But it's all good. I'm quite happy where I am at the moment. Quite happy with the results. With these drivers and this setup I'm competing in finals. I am able to reach finals. Of course, we are obliged to use a little bit of tricks here and there when it comes to duels, using strong driver, weak driver, or when it comes to Grand Prix events, control your highest flag count. It's all good, but yeah, we do need levels, and definitely we do need to spend a little bit of money to be able to get, let's say, the necessary levels to get at least a top 10 in champs, which I believe can be achievable this season. But getting a top 3, well, that's something else. You need at least a near maxed account. So we are facing a real player as well. I'm gonna go for a one-stop strategy: 4 laps with Max, 5 laps with Perez. Probably I should have gone to hard tires with Perez, but it's all good. This is only qualifying round, and it's all about testing as well. So Perez is having a decent race, decent overtaking. Of course, the 10% is always doing its job perfectly. As I said, Perez is definitely not the number 1 option for you, but these 10% basically this season gives not just 1 extra level to your driver. Basically it gives 2 levels to your driver. I do believe last season each upgrade for a driver gives 7, 8 or 9 pluses on each stat, which means a 10% wasn't gonna give you more than 1 level of upgrade. But this season, because the upgrades are only 3 and 4 pluses for the epic drivers, that means getting a 10% with this driver stats is gonna give you 2 extra levels. So basically now I do have normal level 6 Max and level 6 Perez. The only problem here are not the drivers. Like, the problem is the setup I'm currently using. I don't have the levels to get, let's say, top 10 qualifying sessions, which means we're basically gonna get decent placements with Max, but unfortunately not the greatest scores with Perez. I'm using the Eternal Flame with Max. Each stint I'm going for 2 laps conserve and then 2 laps of boost. Max is currently up in P13, he's in P12 at the moment. I'm just focusing here on Perez because I don't want to lose any position, just to avoid being stuck behind AI cars. As I said at the beginning of this race, I probably should have used hard tires, which would have allowed me to push a little bit more, push the entire fifth lap. And using these mediums, I have to keep conserving most of the time, even on my fifth lap, on which I should be boosting. But I believe we are gonna get definitely stuck behind AI cars, which is a massive problem for us. Perez is up in P12 at the moment. He's nearly out of tires, 17%. Of course, the Rooster is gonna help him reach the pit lane, and from there I'll be switching to soft tires, push for 3 entire laps. With the Rooster I will be able to do that, but other than this, I don't think that we have a chance of keeping a good spot with Perez. Probably we can finish around P17, P16. Hopefully we don't lose a lot of positions. Hopefully we don't get stuck a lot behind AI cars. Let's start pushing with Max. I believe I'm gonna push with him for 2 full laps. Perez is out in P22, and we'll push with him for the end. As I said, the Rooster is gonna help him reach the finish line without running out of tires. Now, and by the way, I've seen a lot of debating and let's say arguments over on Discord, and it is quite sad actually. I do know that we have talked a lot about F2P and pay to win players, but I do say it again, that's not a problem. If you have the money, if you love spending on games, it's completely fine. But the problem that I'm seeing everywhere is those players who are scoring 47s, let's say, or 40 plus points on every single race. And I'm not talking about everyone. There are specific players in the community calling out to casual players and telling them that they're bad at the game because they cannot even score in Grand Prix events. Don't get me wrong, but personally, there is literally one thing I have to tell to those specific players, and I'm really sure that they know themselves, but I'm not gonna name any one of them. Like, buddy, you paid your way into finals. You paid for that podium in Grand Prix events. Don't talk in a bad manner to casual players and to normal players just because they're not getting the points you are scoring. Personally, for those specific players, I have to say that these casual players have the right to be in finals and deserve every point they score more than you do. And just stop being toxic to others, stop being toxic, let's say, to me. I wanted to make a video about some of them as well, but let's just avoid these clashes because it is childish and immature. And yeah, let's just stop here. So, as I said before, I did face the same player twice in races 3 and 4, and I just need any one of you guys, if you know this player, I need to reach out to him, because honestly, this is one of the fewest players that still fights in a race. He had the choice of swiping me, but he didn't, and I respect that, honestly. So if you please, if anyone knows this guy, if you can send me his Discord name or whatever. For this one, I decided to go for soft tires on both of my drivers. Decided to try going for 4-4. What did I just say? 4-4-4. All right. I decided to go for that strategy. 4 laps on softs, and then after that 4 laps on mediums, while boosting the entire second stint actually. and I just want to see if the strategy is gonna work with Perez. Of course, Perez is not the best driver, even at high levels, even at level 6, level 7. He doesn't perform very well like, let's say, Verstappen, Norris, Hamilton, or Leclerc. Personally, I find that Pierre Gasly is way better than Sergio Perez. For some reason, Perez lacks the pace in real life and in the game. So I'm quite surprised here that Ricardo on the medium tires just overtook our Max easily, just like that. But that is completely fine. I do have to conserve these entire 4 laps. I can afford to boost a little bit at the end of lap 4, as I'm using the Gladiator and it gives extra fuel. By the way, I do know that I am so late when it comes to schedule about my videos, but recently I'm just not having fun anymore with all these things going on in the game at the moment. I do need some changes, some core changes to the game when it comes to overtaking, when it comes to the defense mechanism. These are things that we've been talking about for months now, and honestly, I'm just tired of repeating these same words over and over again. So I know that I'm behind on the boosts video, and I'm behind on schedule for the series videos, but basically I don't have like let's say the motivation to record stuff, to dig and find more informations about the game, even though there's a lot of info lately that I've been informed of from some of my viewers, from some of my friends, from some of my clubmates. There's a lot of broken informations out there that can literally even more break this game. Like, they can break this game even more, man. And yeah, let's just keep it there. I don't really want to talk about them. I don't want to encourage people of using some exploits, because basically, yeah, it's just at this stage, I believe that the situation is at its lowest, and all we can hope for is that if some changes are gonna be made, let's just start with overtaking and defense mechanism. And when we fix those, or when those are fixed, we can talk about other stuff. The game needs a lot of patches, by the way. It doesn't matter if it's swiping, it doesn't matter if it's some in-race tactics or whatever you use. I've heard that even some players who got literally P100 in Grand Prix events did get rewards for P1 or P2. I'm not really sure about this info, but I've heard a lot of players talking about this lately. So yeah, servers are a little bit better. They have been a little bit fixed. I haven't seen someone getting disconnections in a while now, but of course there is still some players getting these disconnections, but it's not as common as it used to be. So we did finish this race with 28 points. Decent results, by the way. Max has been amazing this week and so far, or this week so far. Hopefully he performs on this same level on Saturday and Sunday. I'm looking for a decent placement this time, but it all depends on the group we're matched with. If it's the same group, then basically it's over. Hopefully we can have the same old group, or it's a medium group. Honestly, it's not a strong group, neither a weak group, but you can, with 200, let's say, and 40 points, get a top 10 finish, which is basically typical for this mid-tier table I'm in. I currently have 8.5k flags, but yeah. So we have 111 points, by the way. We are topping the group. Of course, we're gonna lose a lot of positions. We do have some top players, by the way, in this group who are definitely gonna overtake us, like Ollie here, and probably we can manage to hold P3, maybe P4, but we are 100% qualified. So yeah, this is gonna be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll talk a lot more, of course, and I'll see you in the next video. It might be tomorrow or just for Saturday. I'm not really sure. Until then, stay safe, take care, and peace.